Here are 10 fascinating facts about North Korea, one of the most isolated and ruthlessly ruled nations on Earth. The North Korean calendar is based on its founder's date of birth. It may be the 21st century for the rest of the world, but for people in North Korea, it's still the 106th Juche year. The North Korean Juche calendar begins from April 15, 1912, the date of birth of its founder Kim Il-sung. Power cut every night. You know how occasional power cuts are so annoying. Now imagine the state of North Koreans whose entire country goes dark at night. It's apparently due to the energy crisis in the state that it can't supply sufficient electricity to homes. This was revealed after a photo of North Korea taken from space went viral. It has only 3 TV channels with everything under scrutiny. It's quite obvious that the North Korean regime keeps its media on a tight leash. There are only 3 television channels to choose from, with all programs controlled by the government. Elections with only one candidate to choose from, with the country's totalitarian regime and the same family ruling since 1948. It's rather funny that the elections are held every year. The voters have only one option to choose from. Whether it's the election for a mayor, provincial governors, or local assemblies, there is only one candidate on the ballot in each district. Parents have to provide desks and chairs for their kids. Parents who send their kids to school are required to provide their own desks and chairs. Some students are also forced to do laborious tasks for the government, such as collecting discarded material. The 3-generation punishment rule. The 3-generation punishment rule is a horrifying reality of the country which can't stand any criticism from its citizens. If one person commits a crime, his entire bloodline, including the grandparents, parents and children, are sent to prison. A propaganda village. Like so many other propaganda activities, there also exists a propaganda village, on the border of North and South Korea. In 1953, the Korean Demilitarized Zone was established to end the war and serve as a buffer zone between the two countries. On this border, lies Kajongdong, the village which boasts of the economic success of North Korea. But people who've observed the village from South Korea have said that this village is just a sham with no one living there and the occasional sightings of the workers who sweep the streets. It's believed to be a fake show of development built to attract South Korean defectors and intimidate South Korea. North Korean citizens are only allowed to browse 28 websites on the internet. Their intranet, which is called Kwangmyong, or Bright, through which internet is accessed, is free to use for those with access to a computer. The computers, however, are very expensive and one needs prior permission from the government to buy one. Blue jeans are banned in the country. North Korea sees blue jeans as a symbol of US imperialism and hence, has banned it in the country. North Korea has their own rules for basketball. North Korea has visibly isolated itself from the rest of the world, and it also reflects in the way they play their sports. Their whimsical leader does everything of his own accord. No wonder he rewrote the basketball rules as well. The North Korean basketball rules say that slam dunks are worth 3 points and field goals in the final 3 minutes of the game are worth 8 points, as opposed to the normal 2 points. North Koreans must abide by one of 28 approved haircuts. Unmarried women must have short hair, but married women have many more options. The hair of young men should be less than 2 inches long. Older men can go as long as 2 3/4 inches, according to a Taiwanese website Wonchina Times.